up, Alycats and new viewers? So today I'm covering the highlights, my personal highlights, from E3 2017. Just to preface this video, the games that jimmied my jam might not have jimmied your jam, and games that jimmied your jam might not have jimmied my jam. And that's a really bad word, phrase, choice, but just to understand these are my opinions. Your opinions might differ, probably will differ, and let's have fun with this. So starting off with EA's conference, the game that stood out the most to me was Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I've never played a Battlefront game because when I was younger, I'd never even heard the Battlefront games. And then when Star Wars Battlefront came out recently, with the whole DLC debacle and the fact that it was multiplayer only, I didn't pick that up either. But with this version, I am super hyped because there's a single player campaign starring a brand new character called Iden Versio, and I'm so excited to play as her because she is portrayed by Janina Gavankar, whom I loved in True Blood and in everything I've seen her in. And I'm really excited to play as a part of the Imperial Army, and it looks so good. And in multiplayer, which might actually tempt me to play multiplayer, you can play as Star Wars characters old and new, which is super exciting. And, you know, I'd love to play with my friends with this game. It looks gorgeous so far. I love the fact that there's a single player campaign. And I love the fact that you can play as so many different characters in multiplayer. So I am super hyped for Star Wars Battlefront 2. And they did say that Season 1 of the DLC will be free. If there's a Season 2 for the DLC, I'm sure you'll have to pay for it. But it's awesome that they're giving us free DLC with the game as well. So I'm super hyped about Battlefront 2. And then Square Enix managed to sneak in a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, which just warmed my little heart up because I adore Kingdom Hearts, because it's like the best mixture of Final Fantasy and Disney you could ever possibly dream up of. This game has been in development for years, and to see this battle sequence was so much fun. It's gorgeous looking. I love seeing the villains kind of congregate together and discuss their options, and seeing Sora have to decide if he's going to channel his darkness was just really cool to see in a trailer, which makes me even more hyped for this game, which I'm like, when is this damn game coming out? Probably never. It will come out, but I'm just saying I'm impatient, okay? Now, moving on to the Microsoft conference. The first game that really stood out to me was The Last Night. This is a 2D cyberpunk open world game that looks very Blade Runner-esque, and that's a good thing in my opinion. It's a very science fiction heavy game from what the trailer has portrayed, and even though you don't get to see really the open world in the trailer, it is described as being open world with 4 different districts you can go to, and the aesthetic is just gorgeous. I love anything science fiction and cyberpunk, so really looking forward to checking out The Last Night. The next game up is one that I know not everyone will agree on, but I'm really excited for State of Decay 2. I loved the first State of Decay, bugs and glitches and all, and I had so much fun with that game, and this game looks like more of that, but with better graphics, maybe better characters, and even if it is just like the first game, I'll have a shit ton of fun with it because that's what I did with the first game. Yeah, it's another zombie killing game, but you had the added stress of resource management, of if your characters died, they don't come back, of having to find a safe house and fortify it, and I'm just really excited to dive back into that world. The next game up was actually a surprise to me, and that was Metro Exodus. I adored Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light, so of course I'm super excited for Metro Exodus. If you don't know, the Metro games are based on the series of novels by Dmitry Glukovsky. And in these games, these are brutally tough games, to be honest, because ammo is finite. You have to constantly stock up on oxygen because the air is irradiated, and if you run out of oxygen, you'll suffocate to death. And the enemies are really tough in these games, but Metro Exodus looks gorgeous, it looks action-packed, and I'm just excited to dive back into that dark, gritty world of Metro, so sign me up for Metro Exodus. And of course, I am super duper duper pumped for Life is Strange Before the Storm. This is a prequel 3-episode series that takes place, of course, before Life is Strange, hence why it's a prequel, obviously, duh, Alyssa. And in this prequel, you play as Chloe Price, who was the best friend of Max in the main game, and you also get to see her relationship with Rachel Amber, who was a character that wasn't present in the main game, but I'm super excited to see how their friendship plays out, what events unfold, and just to dive back into the world of Life is Strange because it's such a phenomenal game It's one of my favorite games of the last generation, and I'm just so excited to delve back into that world and see what happens. Now, at the Bethesda conference, 2 games piqued my interest. First up is Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. I freaking adored Wolfenstein The New Order, and seeing Wolfenstein The New Colossus was amazing. The villain in this game appears to be Frau Engel, who made her debut in Wolfenstein The New Order, and it just looks like so much fun. I'm super excited to jump back into the boots of BJ Blazkowicz and just to kick a lot of Nazi ass. Like, I'm just super excited for this game, and just, I need it! And it's coming out really soon, like in October, so yes! Also, a game that surprised me was The Evil Within 2. I adored The Evil Within. It was super challenging to me. It was scary. It had, of course, the limited resource system where you could easily run out of ammo and health supplies, and you could be screwed. And in this trailer, there's more eerie, spooky stuff. It looks like Laura Bone is returning, which, oh my gosh, Laura Bone gave me nightmares for ages, and just seeing her pop up at the end of the trailer, Laura Bone, why? But it's a fantastic survival horror game, and I'm really excited to delve back into the world of The Evil Within and to dive back into the tormented shell of Sebastian Castellanos. Now moving on to what was covered in the Ubisoft conference, the first game that piqued my interest was Beyond Good and Evil 2, which is actually a prequel, so that doesn't really make sense. And I know a lot of people were hoping for a continuation of the first Beyond Good and Evil, which was fantastic. I need to replay that to refresh my memory. But the trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2 was just so badass. I love that it started off with boom boom motherfuckers! And, you know, it's just so much fun. It was so colorful, the dialogue was humorous, there were so many F-bombs dropped throughout the trailer, and it just got me really hyped for this game. Like, I need it right now. Michel Ancel and Ubisoft, please. I need this game, like, right now to play because I want to play it so bad. Then, of course, I'm super duper excited for South Park: The Fractured But Whole. I've been excited for this game ever since it was announced, and seeing the gameplay trailer just made me even more excited because the combat seems improved, we get to see more familiar faces from the South Park universe, and the game is taking a piss at the superhero genre. And I adored the Stick of Truth, so to see The Fractured But Whole and see if it's been improved, which I think it has been, and to return to the world of South Park is just really enticing, and I cannot wait for this game to finally release. And lastly, Far Cry 5 really piqued my interest. I enjoyed Far Cry 3 and 4, but Far Cry 5, the plot is just so sumptuous to me. It's about how this cult has taken over this small county and how you have to take down this cult. It gave me major Red State vibes, which is a film by Kevin Smith. But I'm really excited. I know this game is going to be controversial with a lot of people because of the fact that it has religious overtones, but I love the Far Cry formula. I'm excited to try to take down this cult, and I'm excited to be immersed in the world of Hope County, and just to interact with my teammates who they show in the trailer, who you have a dog, which if anything happens to that dog in this game, I swear I'm just gonna be like, oh my gosh, no, I'm gonna explode. And then have a badass woman and this guy who flies a plane who helps you out. But it looks really cool, it looks gorgeous, and I'm super excited to get my hands on it. Now moving on to the Sony conference. First up is Days Gone. And again, this is a game that some people are going to think is going to be absolute trash, other people are going to be excited about, but I am personally excited about it because, again, it's a zombie game, but it looks like a zombie game with a twist. You can use stealth in this game, you can divert the zombies to attack other humans, and the main character is voice acted and I believe mocapped by Sam Witwer, and I adore Sam Witwer, okay? He's really freaking hot. I loved him in Being Human, and Sam Witwer, if you ever see this, which you won't, call me because reasons. The next one should be no surprise that I'm excited about, but that is Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. This is a standalone game in the Uncharted universe. It's going to be shorter than Uncharted 4, but longer than a typical piece of DLC, and this focuses on Chloe Fraser and Nadine Ross, who I adored when I saw them debut in their respective entries in the series, and I'm so excited to learn more about these women and to see their adventures together. And the game looks gorgeous, obviously, because it's Naughty Dog. And I'm just so excited to dive back into this world because I love the Uncharted games. It's one of my favorite game franchises of all time. So to dive back into that universe with new characters to explore and to see their backstory maybe, and to see how they interact with each other is just really thrilling. Next up is God of War. I wasn't the biggest God of War fan previously, but this game looks incredible. You again play as Kratos, but this time he has a son. And you really see the father-son dynamic and how Kratos thinks of a certain situation one way, but his son's like, Dad, no, look at it this way. And the combat looks like it's a refreshing spin on the combat of the old God of War games. The visuals look stunning, and I'm really excited to get my hands on this installment of the franchise and to see how the father-son dynamic plays out, and what happens, and the awesome epic creatures you'll fight, because you already see one in the trailer that's just astounding. Also, I'm super duper pumped for Detroit Become Human. I am a huge David Cage / Quantic Dream fan. I've loved every single game that they have published, and Detroit Become Human, with the fact that it's centered on an android uprising, just really piques my interest, because I love science fiction, like I said before in this video. And the fact that you get to play as multiple different androids, and you can choose your own story, you can choose to be a pacifist, you can choose to be violent, you can choose to be a mix of those, and it affects how the story plays out, is really intriguing to me. And I love David Cage's cinematic style, and it's evident in the trailers how much love and care has been put into this game, because the visuals look gorgeous, the acting is phenomenal, and of course how they show the different story choices that can play out just in the trailer alone are really enticing. And the last game that was a highlight for me personally was Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. I really enjoyed the first Ni no Kuni, but thought it was a tad childish, but this one looks more mature. The visuals again are just gorgeous, and I'm super excited to delve back into the Ni no Kuni universe and to dive back into the combat system, which has been improved according to the creators of the game Level 5. I just need some more of that mystical, magical goodness in my life. So those were the games that really stood out to me personally from E3 2017. Which games stood out to you? I'd love to know, because I'm sure there are some that I didn't mention that stood out to you. I'm sure that some of them that I did mention were ones that you hated, so let me know down below what your thoughts are about E3 2017. If you like this video, leave a like. Also, if you like the video, share it because it helps my channel grow. Also, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell because you'll be alerted every time I upload a new video or start a new live stream, which helps me out and helps you out if you're a fan of me, or if you hate me, it also helps you out because then you're like, yes, I can go dislike her video, yes! And if you'd like to follow me on social media sites, those are all linked down below in the description box. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and kisses. Bye! Sing me a song of a lass that is gone. Oh, hey, you're still here. What a crazy random happenstance. Well, since you just caught me singing and ringing off guard, you might as well click on my floating face that will appear over here soonish and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you'd like to see my previous video, it will be up here somewhere. And if you'd like to see a playlist of videos that you can watch on repeat all day, every day, for the rest of your life, you'll find that over here as well. I'm going to go back to reading my favorite book of all time. Okay, you can go now because I'm really deep into a Jamie Fraser plotline.